All right, welcome to another episode of Midwestern Garage. The purchase of the week is this 1963 and a half Ford Falcon Futura convertible. It's in rough driver quality. It's going to need quarter panels. I mean, for the most part, it's just going to need rear quarter panels and just, a new paint job. It actually drives pretty nice. This car is originally a 170 cubic inch straight six with a 2-speed automatic. This has been swapped to a later 68 Mustang 200 straight six. The interior is not fantastic. The dash, the steering wheel, that's all pretty good. There's like one rip in that seat. I mean, the interior's savable. The door panels are probably not. But overall, I mean, pretty good considering the year. This is the worst part of the car. But luckily, if I put a quarter on it, I'll probably just cut it at the trim line and do from that down. And then the rocker on this side. But underneath, pretty solid. One hole in the rear footwell. This car has been painted. It was originally Robin's Egg Blue. It's got a good windshield, all the windows work. It's just a okay running 200 single barrel. Nothing fancy. It's got an aluminum radiator. It was about 103 heat index today driving back, and it did not overheat. There was one decently steep hill where, I was kind of wide open throttle for a good 3/4 of a mile up a hill, and I did get a little whiff of coolant one time, but the gauge never went off the normal range. It was just kind of on the high end. It stayed shy of that little dash before the hot, but overall, considering how hot the ambient was, to be expected, especially of this vintage. These old 60s cars weren't the greatest for cooling. But this one, probably just going to keep it pretty much as is and just kind of clean it up, tune it up, fix the oil leaks, make it an okay driver. It does need a top, to be expected. There's a switch right here on the dash. Actually, let me open the door. So, switch right there. So, obviously, needs a top, but luckily they're still about $550 to $600 for a new top with the window and with the padding. So basically everything you're going to need to do it is about $600. I suppose on a car like this I will take my time, watch some videos, and try and do it myself. But I mean, really, other than I might just kind of knock that out and Bondo it and puff can it, just so the next 6 months, year, whatever I'm driving it, it doesn't look that bad. But I will put quarters and rockers at some point and actually repaint the whole car, is the plan at least. I've got my 65 fastback that has a 289, but it's not the original 289, and that has a 3-speed automatic. This has a 2-speed automatic. The plan is I have a 5.0 out of a 95 Mustang with a 5-speed. I'd like to throw that in the 65 fastback and then just toss in the 289 3-speed into this, because 63.5 Falcon basically is underneath the same as a 65 Mustang. So these came with the optional 260, same block, same mounts. It's designed to have that motor in it. So let me put the top back. Kind of a cool mechanism. Up for the top up, down for the top to go back. Let me grab the key, I'll show you the trunk. Pretty clean trunk, just like a Mustang. It's got the fuel tank is the floor. It's got the spare. It's got some daylight through that inner. This one is not through. Here's the cover for the top. Pretty standard. This car, like I said, originally was robin's egg blue, so whenever they painted it, they actually did a really nice job. I mean, trunk lid, they painted the whole inside of the trunk. So I kind of like this Wimbledon white on these old Fords. So I might just keep this car white with blue interior. I don't think it's a bad combo. I'll probably paint that striped blue like it kind of was. You can kind of see it. Kind of repaint that blue. But at least for now, it does run, it does drive, it stops good. It's got newer brakes, but it's still just a single master 4-wheel drum. Nothing fancy, but runs good, stops good. Can't really complain about that. $3,500 car, and people just kind of go crazy when you're driving down the highway with it. Thumbs up, taking videos. Just a nice old cruiser. I'm just gonna put it along, have fun with it. Puts a smile on your face, and for not a lot of money. So stay tuned, I'll make videos on it as I fix it up. Like I said, there are a few odds and ends. These visors just fall back when you're driving. Speedo doesn't work, but the fuel gauge and temp gauge does. I mean, it's just a lot of little stuff you'd expect with a car this age. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.